Hello there, it's Sandy, and I'm back again on the Solaris 3 by Babylock, working on some machine embroidery. I've been on a journey to use this machine as much as I can and keep learning and growing while using it. And tonight I'm working on machine embroidery. Last week I did this machine embroidery of the eagle. This was a pattern that I got off of Etsy. It took me 3 hours. Well, I'll share more of that as we continue on. Tonight I'm working on this pattern, another one from Etsy, on a white t-shirt. So I figured this pattern it's supposed to take about an hour of stitch out time, and I'm over halfway through, so I just thought I'd share you the last part of it. And so that's what we'll be doing, and I'll just get started and I'll tell you more as we go. So I'll move you in so you can look at this. But this is just a little gnome pattern that I got off of Etsy. And if you're interested, you could just search for Etsy on the internet and look for patriotic gnomes. And I'm sure this shop will come up, because there's this one. This one comes up quite often. And there's another one. There's one that's holding a balloon. There's several. They're really cute. So what I did tonight was, well, if I back up, that red shirt that I showed you in the beginning, I really stabilized that. I had like a couple layers of iron on the bottom and a floating piece of tearaway, but the iron on was cut away. And then on top I used water-soluble stabilizer. And it did a pretty good job until it got to the right side, where for some reason under the beak it stretched. And I noticed, I went back to the shop and looked at the pictures of other people that sewed it out, and it looked like it stretched. I think it's just because the pattern was so dense under the beak of the eagle that it just happened. So this one I did a little different. It looks like I need to do a thread change already. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch back to another color. So one moment while I switch this. So what I did with this one, it's a 9.5 by 9.5 hoop, and it is backed with an iron-on medium weight fusible cutaway. And then I have a floating lightweight piece of tearaway. And then on the top I have the water-soluble stabilizer stretched across the top. And I'll tell you why I do that in a minute. I just want to make sure I got the right color. Yes. So it's highlighting the nose and I think the hands. The reason why I did it that way is I wanted to see, I was afraid because this seems like it's a very loose knit t-shirt that I got from my local craft store. And I didn't want it to stretch. I have not, I've been doing more sweatshirts before that last red t-shirt and this one. And so I wanted to make sure that these denser types of designs didn't stretch my t-shirt. And so this time when I was trying it like a medium weight. And I was afraid to put that behind the white t-shirt. I thought maybe it would show too much. But when I actually ironed it on and did that, it was okay. So that's what I went with, and it's really stitching out beautifully, knock wood. So now I'm on to the black. This designer, I think I've done some of her in the hoop projects, and they turn out really good, if I remember right. I think I might have bought some mug rugs from this one, and I just really liked them. But this time, maybe I'm remembering the designer wrong. It seems like the designs are super dense, and this one's better than the Red Eagle. But the thread changes and the highlighting, like this one has 23 thread changes, and I really wondered if it really needed all those thread changes. But this one is better than the Eagle. That one I think had 60 or more thread changes, if I remember right. So now I'm going to clip threads and change it to the next one, which is the red again. One moment, trying not to bump the camera. Well, each thread change probably only takes a minute, but it's still time that you have to add on to the total time. It says 61 minutes total time to stitch out this pattern. And that doesn't, like I said, that doesn't include the time that it takes to change the thread, but it only takes a minute. And if there's 23 thread changes, that's 23 extra minutes. I don't think it takes as long as a minute. It's probably about half of that, especially if you're not recording. Then it even goes faster. So this little gnome is coming to life. He's so cute. So according to my machine, this design has 31,659 stitches. And I am going to stop it just for a second to clip that. We're at 24,680 about, and out of the 23 thread changes, we're at color 18. So we do have a little ways to go. I'm in a 9.5 by 9.5 hoop, and it's a magnetic hoop. It's doing a great job, not good. I think I have a 12 needle in there. And like I said, medium weight, fusible iron-on cutaway on the back with a floating lightweight tearaway and water soluble on top. There's only one, let's see, yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at, there's 23 thread color changes, right? But the pattern itself has 7 colors. So, got a lot of color changes. And I do really like how it's stitching out, so. Cute little guy. Not good. So far I don't see any stretching. When it's done, I will tear off the top, that shiny stuff on top. That's the water soluble stabilizer. And then these lines are my markings that will just iron away, or when I apply any kind of heat, they should disappear because I use a friction pen to mark it. And I think I slowed it down to either 500 or 600. I think it's at 500 stitches per minute. Let's see where I'm at. It's 600, so I can go to 700. I don't know if I want to go above that though. I don't want to get this far and then have issues. Plus, it kind of sounds like it's programmed to go at this lower speed because it's going back and forth. So now it's doing the red part of the hat, and then it will do, looks like the white is next. It'll go right on top of that red. And then there's I got just a really quick, this is, oh, let me go back. This red is the one that will take the longest, because after this, the white only takes 2 minutes. A deeper red takes a minute, and then there's a blue again, the blue, and then that's 3 minutes. The black is 2 minutes, and the white is, the white is, it's like an off-white, is 1 more minute, and then we're done. We're at 11 minutes of recording, so I'll just keep recording because there's not that much more to go. Yeah, the shiny stuff will just melt away if I need to. If part of it doesn't come out, I can just dab it with some cold water, and those shiny stuff will go away. But most of it will tear away on top. This is so much fun. I love doing this. It does take a bit of time, but I space it out so that it's fun all the time. Done with the red. I'm gonna load the white. One moment. This darker red, it got mixed in there. Okay. I wish they kind of, when they made the machine, I wish they would have made the tension disc so I could see it a little better. Yeah, it does this white part, then it will do the red shading, the blue, the black outline, and then the white stars over the blue, and then we're done. This only takes 2 minutes, so it wiggles a little bit because it's going back and forth. Now it's going a little faster. Still not stretching. Knocking wood. It's kind of like machine embroidery to me is like painting with thread. Right now, I rely on the talents of others to design the embroidery designs, and then, you know, we buy them, us machine embroidery people who like to do it, and we just load them into the computer, make sure we've got the right fabric, threads, stabilizers, tension, all that good stuff. But since I got my machine last fall, 2023, I'm mainly focusing on learning the machine. because the world of digitizing is a whole nother world. You have to have special software. Let me move this out of the way. To do that, you have to spend the time to learn how to do it. And I really, really appreciate the people that do it. I can imagine it's not an easy job. It must take time. You see that last eagle, the first eagle I showed you, my gosh, 3 hours of stitch out time. So that meant if there was 60 colors, gosh, it might have taken me 4 hours. I don't even remember. It's like a blur. It's shading the cap, the hat now. Yeah, you have to get the software. Doing another thread change. I'm going to take this red out, put the blue in. Earlier this week I was making bag clubs, and I was taking, I should back up. Earlier this week I was making bags. I actually finished a bag, Easy Does It bag, that went with a larger bag that I made earlier last year sometime, late last year I should say, in the fall. And then there was a bag called Clam Up, I think it's called. All of those classes were offered by my local sewing center, which is the Sewing Source in Lake Villa, Illinois. And so earlier this week, I was finishing up my last bag as a set of 3 that I was making to go together. That's done. None of that was filmed. I'm not ready to do lives yet, project lives, but I'm getting closer. Right now, I'm just mainly treating my videos like they're lives. Just recording certain things about my projects and seeing what people like. That's what I'm doing, is trying to understand what people want to see when it comes to this machine and machine embroidery. So if you like what I'm doing, give the video a like, make a comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know if there's something about this machine you want to learn more of, and I could look at that too as I continue my journey. You know, I can jump back and forth to learn other things earlier, but it doesn't have to be all. I do have the books. It doesn't have to be like consecutive in an order, you know, according to the book. It can just be spontaneous. So if you have any ideas that you want me to cover or review, let me know. Eventually I want to get to IQ Designer, but I have projects lined up for machine embroidery still, so, and I will be doing another edge-to-edge quilting project. I think I have 2 sets of videos. Well, there's one set of videos that had to do with the first time I ever used the edge-to-edge feature of this machine on my very first quilt. And then there was at the end of that, I summarized all the helpful tips and tricks that I thought would be good for people to have, and things I learned along the way, and maybe even some shortcuts or ideas. Then the second video I did was just recently. I had to quilt fabric for a bag, for one of the bags I was just talking about, for class. That was the next morning. And it was crunch time. Had to get it done overnight. But I figured I might as well film that because it was something I hadn't done before, and where I wanted to use edge to edge to quilt and make my own fabric for the purse. And that's what that last video is about. So if you want to learn about that, there's another one out there just recently about that. That's just going to frame the hat really quick. And then I'll switch the thread one more time, and it will fill in the 3 stars across the brim of the hat. And we will be done. So this is just like 1 minute to go, and then 1 more minute for the stars. I just got to get that white lighter color ready to go. Thank you, machine. I just love this machine. Wait for it to tell me it's done, otherwise I might clip it too soon. I just listened for the little ding musical notes at the end. Oh good, it's outlining the hat, the brim. Yeah, the stars will go in that lower part of the hat, the blue part. Very cute design. Someday I'll learn digitizing. I'm thinking it's going to be another year. Still so much to learn on this machine. One more color. That's probably 30 seconds, I would guess, to thread. Okay, here we go. Here's the stars. Getting a little dense there. It's not too bad though. Star 2, 1 more star. We're done. We're at 23 minutes of filming. It's not too bad. Yeah, if you're ever interested in a machine like this, or if you're in Illinois, check out my local sewing store. Support a small business. It's called the Sewing Source of Lake Villa, Illinois. There it is. Cute little gnome for the patriotic holiday. Here's that gnome. Back you up. Got the gnome. Got the eagle. I'm almost ready. I think I'm going to do... I want to try this. This is the next one. This was the eagle. That's this one. This one is one I want to try too. It's really cute. But this is the gnome. Very cute. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. see you next time, or talk to you next time.